Hello, today's Nagisa's day. My god. I need to get something to eat. But I'll do that after. This is the part 2 to Nagisa because it's Wednesday. So, yeah. And I'm going to try and not talk in the middle of the video. So, yeah. After somebody puts you in a headlock, you struggle and gasp for air. The minute the person talks, you suddenly let down your guard. Itona questions why, but doesn't make a movement in case that you know the person. You turn around and pat the arm and say, "Hello, Dad." Your dad finally lets go of you and then wraps you in a sweet hug, and your mom walks up behind him and chokeholds him and saying, "You don't scare our daughter like that. It's rude." You laugh, but ruffle both of their hair and go back to Itona and say, "Mom, Dad, this is my friend, Itona." He awkwardly waves, and your parents go and give him a hug. He's pretty socially awkward, so he just sits there with his shoulders hunched up and not knowing what to do. You take your friend back and then hear two familiar voices from behind you. And it's Karma and Nagisa. Just what you needed today. They ask what just happened because they had seen the entire thing and couldn't hear it because what you were saying was not audible to how far they were, from how far away they were. And you say, "Well, these are my parents, so you guys can leave now. I mean, you can stay, but company's not appreciated." Nagisa laughs and whispers in your ear, "Was that aimed at Karma?" You look at him with a questioning nod, like... You look at him with a questioning expression, like, "When's it not?" He chuckles a bit because he recognizes the expression, but Karma's offended. You go back to Itona and say, "You guys can stay, but we're not forcing you to do anything." Your parents laugh also at your comment and say, "Well, who are these two people?" You point at the redhead boy and say, "Well, this is Karma Akabane. He sits right next to me in class." And the blue-haired one is, Nagisa. He's Karma's friend and an acquaintance of mine? What do you consider me, Nagisa? Nagisa just shrugs his shoulders, because you haven't really talked, but you hang out sometimes. So, you both just shrug. All your interactions are pretty awkward, so... Your parents ask you if you want to have a sleepover with all your friends, and you say, "Karma's not invited, Nagisa and Itona." Karma is shocked, but says, "Then can we hang out for the rest of the day? You sit next to me in class. You're rude." He also looks at your parents and say, "Y'all don't even look that strong." Your dad full glares at him like, "Bitch, the fuck?" And moves over to him and says, "You want to try fighting me?" Karma says, no, no. "But I will later. Not right now. I want to hang out with your daughter." He's like, your dad's like looking down at him like, rude. And you guys go off and you say, you go back to talking to Itona as you normally would, ignoring Karma there, and Nagisa, you're pretty comfortable around him, to be honest. You get a weird vibe from him. It's pretty comfortable, though. You look at Itona with bright eyes and puppy eye. Fuck. I'm not writing scripts anymore. That was too much work. You look at Itona with puppy eyes and say, "Can we please go to that new cafe that just opened up? Oh, God, please." Itona, like, squints and says, "Can you buy me cake?" You look at him like, "Bitch, please, that ain't even a question. We getting cake." "Yes." And say, "Would I say no?" He looks at you and shakes his head no. So you guys just walk all the way there. Karma's walking behind you guys, still pouting. Nagisa's standing next to you as well as Itona is. Oh my god, can you not shut the fuck up? Oh, my sister's yelling! Sorry. I'm sorry for the background noise. Where was I? Never mind. When you reach the cafe, you look at wide-eyed and you walk in, super excited. You say, "Can we get a table for 5?" Wait, let me count. Let me do my math. Can we get a table for 4, please? Ignore that happened, by the way. The waitress looks at you and nods. Of course you can. She sits you down and says, "I'll be with you right in a moment." A few minutes later, a waiter comes up to you and says, "Hello, welcome." You look at him shocked when it's one of your classmates. You say, "You know that's against school policy, right?" "Yeah, but I really needed a job to support my family. We're not doing so good." I say, whatever. So, I'm assuming Koro-sensei's here just to keep him shut up? Yeah. Yep, assumed. That's... Wait a damn. Koro-sensei! You look in the back, noticing Koro-sensei, and you're like, "Bitch, the fuck, when did you get here?" "Ah, shit, now he's gonna ship some of us." "Ah, no, damn it, damn it, damn it, damn it." And you are pretty mad at yourself for letting this happen. But you look at him and say, "Can I have a hot chocolate? Just as a drink?" Itona orders the cake, and everybody else just orders what they want to order, so... I like hot chocolate, don't judge me. Once you all finish eating your stuff, so you guys just go and hang out in the park for a while. Itona and Karma had to go to the bathroom, so they went together, so you were just sitting there with Nagisa. You get tired, so you ask Nagisa if you can lay in his lap and just try and fall asleep for a while. Of course he says yes, being the nice little bean he is. And you end up falling asleep. Karma and Itona walk back to see that and immediately hide behind a tree just to cover up the fact, because they enjoyed seeing you two happy. So when Nagisa was stroking your hair, and he looked really happy. So Karma and Itona just decided to hide behind the tree until you woke up. A couple minutes later, you did end up waking up feeling a bunch of stares and stuff, because you can feel that while you're sleeping, and it makes me uncomfortable. So Karma and Itona finally come back and say, "Hey, what have you guys been doing this whole time?" You obviously look at him and say, "Well, I fell asleep. I don't know what Nagisa did." Nagisa looked down at you and just said, "Oh, I didn't do anything. I was just letting you sleep." You look at him say, "Thanks, Nagisa. It means a lot. I don't get a lot of sleep at night, so it helps." He looks at you and smiles, so you give him a hug. You then Nagisa, Itona, and Karma then walk you back to your house, and Karma leaves still pouting. Well, and starts to pout again, saying, "Can I please sleep over?" You nod and say, "As long as you don't cause trouble or mess up my room, I'm fine. Or judge me, or my household." You finally walk inside, and it's pretty, and it's really big, because of your parents' profession. They all look at you shocked and say, How in the actual did you end up in E-class?" They're also confused, but you say, "Well, I wanted to shot at killing Koro-sensei. Ever since the assembly, I knew what he was. Well, I didn't know what he was, necessarily, but I just knew he wasn't human. He didn't look right to me. So I decided to investigate. And turns out I had something to investigate. And it was worth it. It was worth it. Right, Rexy?" I'm sorry, my dog. It was worth it. Where's your sister? Okay, I'm sorry. You all end up just sitting down to play video games for a while until you fall asleep again and fall over onto Nagisa's shoulder. He then looks at you, not surprised at all. They shut the game off, and Nagisa, not wanting to disturb you, just lays you down on the bed and starts to cuddle with you. The baby boy. Oh, the baby boy. Oh my god, why is... No, sir. Oh my god. Oh, don't do it. Yeah, oh my god. You wake up the next morning and you're a flustered mess. You go downstairs to your parents and see that Itona's already awake and just chilling on the couch waiting for everybody to wake up. Like, he didn't want to disturb you guys. Because he didn't want to disturb your sleep. Because he knows you don't get sleep. Because she's your good friend. He's your good friend. So you sit next to Itona and said, how'd you sleep? Him not knowing you're awake just jumps a little bit. And says, oh, well, I slept fine. How about you? Oh, I slept like a log. Like, Nagisa's pretty comfortable. He's warm. He's warm. Nagisa's probably gonna need to borrow my hairbrush, and I'm probably gonna need to cut the hair ties out of his hair. Itona looks at you like, yeah, probably. They all wake up and you have breakfast, and you get ready for the day and say, I'm gonna go run an errand real quick. You run outside just so you can get some fresh air. So you sit at the park for a while and then say, probably time to go back. You head back to the house and see that Karma is standing on the couch with a cape, making Itona and Nagisa bow to him. You then jump up, steal his crown and cape, and say, my house, my rules. I am the queen, and you don't need to bow, because I'm worthless. I'm just kidding, you say that last part, that's just my brain. So, you get down and you all start laughing, except for Karma. You say, you guys should probably start heading home, and Karma says, actually, yeah, I do need to get home. You look at him and think to yourself, holy crap, yes! The bitch is finally leaving. After the entire day with Nagisa and Itona, in the next class, when you walk into school the next day, you are bombarded. You are surrounded by a barricade of questions like, what happened? What happened? What happened? What happened? And you are genuinely confused, and you just see Itona and Nagisa shaking their head no. Okay, that was the end of the video because I don't feel like continuing it, and I'm leaving you guys on cliffhangers. Yay! Fun. I'm just making you guys mad at this point. Also, I woke up this morning to 20 views on my video. My part 2 for Gone. And 13 views on my first video. And I'm, like, I know it's not a great accomplishment, but, like, it's fine. Like, it's a take it or leave it for me right now. So, yay! Thank you so much. I know it sucks how I can't get thumbnails in. I'm gonna try and figure it out, and I don't have anywhere to edit my videos because my parents don't even know my YouTube channel exists. Oh my god, I just dropped something. Oh my. So it's kind of hard for me to get editing apps right now, and my girlfriend does say she can edit anything I want, but to be honest, I think I'm just gonna stick to this for now, and if it gets annoying, tell me, but like, I'm 12. Don't come at me.